Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. We'll continue with the advanced if functions. If you're yet to see the previous video, the link is in the description box below. Now, before we move on to the next function, let's take a look at our data. Here is the list of the US president, their party, previous office, and term in office. The next function is CountIFS. But first, a quick refresher of CountIF. The CountIF function counts the number of cells that meet a single criteria. Now, the syntax for CountIF has just two arguments, the range and the criteria. In a simpler form, it is asking, where do you want to look and what do you want to look for? So this is our range and this is the criteria. So let's take the first example. Let's count the number of cells that contain Republican, Democratic, and Independent. The first thing I'll do is to name the ranges I'll use in these examples. I'll show you two ways. I like the range that you want to name. Go to the Formulas tab. Under Defined Names, click on Define Name. Type in the name, and you can restrict the name to the entire workbook or you select a single worksheet. Click OK. You can see the name highlighted in the name box here and the formula bar. The second way, highlight the entire column, go into the name box and type in the name you want directly. Do not include space. Click Enter. Let's repeat the same for term. Please note that any name you type directly into the name box would apply to the entire workbook. Now let's count the number of cells that contain Republican. CountIF, what's our range? We've named it already, party. So just type in party. Once it pops up, hit the tab button, comma, what's our criteria? The criteria is Republican. I'm using cell references here, but you can decide to type in Republican directly. Make sure you put it in quotes. Close the bracket and press enter. Let's drag the formula down. Now we can see the number of cells that contain Republican, Democratic, and Independent. Another thing I would like to highlight here is that CountIF is only going to pick cells that contain the exact criteria. Let's take a look at the data. Our range contains Democratic with an hyphen and Democratic without an hyphen. This implies that this formula only counted the cells that contain Democratic without an hyphen. How do we work around that? We can work around that by using wildcard characters. For those who don't know wildcard characters, there are only three Excel wildcard characters: asterisk, question mark, and tilde. Question mark is used to find a single character in your data range. P question mark double L will find words like pull, pull, and so on. Asterisk, on the other hand, is used to find a number of characters in your range. POL asterisk will find words like pole, poly, and so on. Asterisk cross asterisk will find words like autocross, crosswalk, and words that have cross in the middle. Tilde is used to find words that contain a question mark, an asterisk, or tilde itself. If you don't put a tilde before question mark or asterisk, Excel will assume you are trying to find a single character or a number of characters in your data range. So back to our example. For Democratic, I'm going to add the asterisk character. Let's see what happens. Now we have the correct count of cells that contain Democratic. Let's move on to CountIFS. The CountIFS function counts the number of cells that meets more than one criteria. In simple terms, the syntax for the CountIF function has the following arguments. Where's the first range you want to look? What is the first criteria you want to look for? Then it moves to the second one. Where is the second range you want to look? What is the second criteria you want to look for? You can test up to 127 criteria in this function. Let's take the first example. CountIFS, where is the first range? Party. What is the first criteria we want to look for? Republican. Let's move on to the second one. Where is the second range we want to look? The previous office range. What is the second criteria? Vice president. Close the bracket and hit enter. This shows that we have 6 Republican presidents who were formerly vice presidents in the data. Let's drag the formula down. I'll change the second criteria so I can show you how the double asterisk works. Let's change this to senator. I'll drag that down. This result shows that we have 2 Republican and 3 Democratic presidents who were formerly senators. Let's confirm this in the data. Check this out. So CountIFS with the wildcard character was able to pick the number of presidents who were formerly senators. I'll show you another example. CountIFS, the first range is party. The criteria is Republican. Let's move on to the second one. The second range is term. And the second criteria is to determine if the term is greater than 4 years. Now I can go ahead and type greater than 4 years. It has to be in quotes. Press enter. That's it, 7. But because I'm using a cell reference here, all I have to do is go right into the cell and type greater than, then go back to edit the formula using my cell reference. And that's it. Let's use greater than and equal to here. Drag the formula down. There you have it, guys. In the next videos, you'll learn more about SUMIFS, AVERAGEIFS, MAXIFS, and MINIFS. Click the bell icon so you get a notification. Please subscribe, share the video, and hit the like button.